I'm Kristin with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Catch 'em All at the Library, we will be focusing on Lotad. So in your craft packet, you will have a blue piece of pool noodle, some white eyes with peel off sticky foam, a yellow beak, some blue feet, and a little lily pad hat. So the first thing that we need to do will just be to cut out the eyes, the feet, and the beak. And then I will show you how to put this all together to make a floating Lotad. So once you have everything cut out, it's actually going to be pretty easy. We will have little slits cut already in your pool noodle. And these will be the places that we are going to be putting most of our pieces. So we can start with the beak, and that is going to be for the large slit that's a little bit up. It's not as low as the other slits. They are a little further down. So we're just gonna tuck the beak into that little long slit for the beak. And then the little feet will tuck into each of these slits down here at the bottom. Now you may be able to fit two in one slit if you want to, or spread them out a little further. It kind of depends on how you want your feet to be lined up. But we're just going to tuck them in to the little slits on both sides. And then we have his little feet sticking out on the sides and his little beak sticking out in front. Then we'll take the eyes and peel off the back paper on the back. And the eyes are going to go just right above the beak on either side, right at the edge of the beak. Just peel off those little backs and stick the eyes right on. And then he's already almost done. I'm just going to take his hat, his little lily pad hat, and get some glue. And I would go ahead and put the glue directly on the pool noodle rather than the lily pad, because there is this hole in the center and we don't want to get a bunch of glue in the middle of the lily pad dripping down through that hole. So there is a little piece cut out of the lily pad, so make sure that you don't put glue all the way around on the pool noodle, but you can put it most of the way around because it's just going to be a little bit. And then just make sure his hat's lined up however you want it to be lined up. And then you just have to wait for his hat to dry. You can use tacky glue like I just did in this video, and it should stay on, but it's going to take some time to dry. If you use hot glue, you can play with it just about right away, but be very careful if you're using hot glue that you do not burn yourself. So I would put him upside down to dry, just so that there's no risk of his hat trying to lift off and not get solidly on there. But once he's all dry, Then you can play with your little Lotad. And since he's all made out of a pool noodle and foam, he can float in the water. So you can actually have a floating Lotad. And this is our craft for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you next week to make another Pokemon. Bye.